Let's break down the truth. You might be surprised. 1. Can you really shoot a lock off a door? Hollywood versus reality. We've all seen it in action movies. A hero pulls out a gun, fires a single shot at a padlock, and the door swings open effortlessly. It looks smooth, easy, and effective. But in real life, can a gun actually break a lock this easily? Reality check. While bullets can damage a lock, breaking it cleanly is far more difficult than Hollywood suggests. Material strength matters. Most locks, especially high-security ones, are made from hardened steel, designed to withstand force. This means a regular bullet might dent or damage the lock, but not completely destroy it. Handguns versus rifles. A handgun, such as a 9mm or 45 ACP, typically lacks the power to break a lock in one shot. In contrast, a shotgun slug or a high-powered rifle round, .308, .50 BMG, has a higher chance of destroying a lock. But even then, success is not guaranteed. In real-life tests, multiple shots are often needed, and even then, the lock might still hold. Only powerful firearms with the right ammunition might break a lock, and even then, it's not as simple as Hollywood makes it seem. 2. Do silencers make guns completely silent? Spy movies and video games often portray silencers, or suppressors, as magical devices that turn a gunshot into a whisper. In Hollywood, assassins use them to eliminate targets undetected. But how much of this is actually true? Reality check. A suppressor reduces noise but does not make a gun completely silent. Gunshots are extremely loud. A typical gunshot produces around 140 to 165 decibels, which is louder than a jet engine at takeoff, 130 decibels. Suppressors only reduce sound. A suppressor typically reduces noise by 20 to 35 decibels, making the sound closer to that of a jackhammer, 100 to 120 decibels, rather than a whisper. You can still hear the gunshot. While suppressors reduce the sharp crack of a gunshot and muzzle flash, the sound is still very noticeable, especially in close quarters. Silencers don't make guns silent, they only reduce noise and recoil. 3. Do bullets spark? When they hit metal. Movies love to show bullets bouncing off metal surfaces and producing dramatic showers of sparks. But in reality, do bullets actually spark like this? Reality check. Most bullets do not spark when they hit metal. Bullet composition matters. Most bullets are made of lead with a copper jacket, neither of which easily creates sparks when hitting metal. Sparks only occur in rare cases. If a bullet strikes a steel surface with iron content or a material like magnesium, there is a small chance of sparks. However, the sparks you see in films are often special effects or created using pyrotechnic materials for dramatic effect. Bullets don't naturally spark unless hitting specific metals. 4. Can you shoot a gun out of someone's hand? In classic westerns and action movies, the hero skillfully disarms an enemy with a perfectly placed shot, knocking the gun from their hand without injuring them. But is this even possible? Reality check. Trying to shoot a gun out of someone's hand is nearly impossible. Hands are small and move fast. In a high-stress situation, hands move unpredictably, making them an extremely difficult target, even for expert marksmen. The impact would cause serious injury. Even if a shooter could hit the gun, the force would likely shatter fingers, cause deep wounds, or permanently damage the hand, rather than neatly disarm the person. Even highly skilled snipers don't attempt this shot because hitting such a small, moving target is unreliable. It's not practical or reliable in real-world scenarios. 5. Do guns work underwater? In movies, we often see guns fired underwater in dramatic underwater battles. But can guns actually function underwater? Reality check. Guns can fire underwater, but with severe limitations. Bullet speed decreases rapidly. Water is 800 times denser than air, causing bullets to slow down almost instantly. In most cases, a bullet won't travel more than a few feet underwater before losing lethal force. Gun mechanisms can malfunction. Semi-automatic guns rely on gas pressure and recoil to cycle rounds, which doesn't work efficiently underwater. Some guns may jam or misfire in submerged conditions. Special underwater weapons exist. Certain firearms, like the Russian APS underwater rifle, are specifically designed for underwater use and fire specialized projectiles. Some guns can fire underwater, but effectiveness is extremely limited. 6. Can you curve a bullet like in the movie Wanted? The 2008 movie Wanted introduced the idea that skilled shooters could curve bullets by flicking their wrists. But does physics allow this? Reality check. Absolutely not. Bullets always travel in straight lines unless physically deflected. Bullets follow the laws of physics. Once a bullet leaves the barrel, it follows a predictable trajectory dictated by gravity, air resistance, and bullet spin. A bullet moves too fast, often over 1,000 miles per hour, for any human action to influence its trajectory. The only way to curve a bullet is with a barrier. Ricocheting off a surface can alter a bullet's direction, but not in the controlled way shown in Wanted. This is pure Hollywood fantasy. 7. Will a gun go off if you drop it? In older movies, characters drop their guns, which accidentally fire. But can this happen with modern firearms? Reality check. Modern guns have safety features that prevent accidental firing when dropped. Older guns had this issue. Some early revolvers and pistols had sensitive firing mechanisms that could discharge if dropped. Modern guns have drop safety mechanisms. Most firearms today include firing pin blocks and drop safeties to prevent accidental discharge. A defective or modified gun could still fire. If a gun is poorly maintained or tampered with, dropping it might cause it to fire. Modern guns don't fire when dropped, but older models could. 8. Can you stop a bullet with another bullet? In movies, we sometimes see dramatic scenes where two bullets collide midair, canceling each other out. But can this actually happen in real life? Reality check. While it's theoretically possible, the odds of two bullets colliding midair and stopping each other are astronomically low. Bullets travel extremely fast. The average bullet speed is 1,000 to 3,000 feet per second, meaning two bullets would have to meet at precisely the right moment in a fraction of a second. A bullet is less than half an inch in diameter, making it nearly impossible for another bullet to hit it head-on. Real-life cases are extremely rare. There are a few recorded instances of bullets colliding in war zones, but they're considered freak accidents rather than something that could be done intentionally. While not impossible, it's so unlikely that you'd never see it happen intentionally. 9. Can a gun knock someone back like in the movies? Hollywood loves to show people getting shot and dramatically flying backward, as if hit by a cannonball. But in real life, does a gun have that kind of stopping power? Reality check. Guns do not have enough force to knock someone off their feet, like in movies. When someone is shot, they may stagger, collapse, or fall, but they won't fly through the air. The human body simply doesn't react that way to small projectiles. A gunshot won't send someone flying. At most, they'll stumble or drop. 10. Can you dodge a bullet? Action heroes often seem to dodge bullets with lightning-fast reflexes, avoiding gunfire by diving behind cover at the last second. But in reality, is dodging a bullet even possible? Reality check. No human can react quickly enough to dodge a bullet once it has been fired. Bullets travel faster than the eye can see. A typical bullet moves at 1,000 to 3,000 feet per second, meaning that by the time you hear the gunfire, the bullet has already hit its target. The only way to dodge is to move before the shot. Experienced fighters or trained professionals might anticipate an attack and move before the trigger is pulled, but once the bullet is in the air, there's no escaping it. You can't dodge a bullet after it's fired. You'd have to move before the shooter pulls the trigger. Hollywood loves to exaggerate and bend reality when it comes to guns, but the truth is often very different from what we see on screen. Which of these myths surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more myth-busting videos.